Welcome, traveler of the night. Let yourself be gently cradled by the sweet stillness that is softly blooming through your space at this very moment. Imagine yourself as a tiny seed, resting peacefully beneath a thick layer of winter snow, where all the noisy clamor of the outside world is thoroughly filtered away, leaving only the protective embrace of the vast earth. Tonight, there is no need to rush, no need to prove anything, and no need to carry any burdens anymore. All the pressure, all the weariness accumulated over a long day, or perhaps even over many months and years, are actually just like raw pieces of timber, patiently waiting for the gentle hands of a craftsman to shape and heal them. Sometimes, the trials and wounds that appear in our lives are not meant to destroy us. Rather, they are merely a necessary pause, a tiny fracture that awakens the life sap within, allowing it to slowly flow and mend what was broken, carving the most resilient and beautiful grain. Inside our souls, the essence of all steady growth, of all peaceful energy in this world, after all, is quietly nurtured and accumulated from the absolute darkness and tranquility of the night. You are completely safe here, right in this very room, upon this cozy bed, where time itself seems to be slowing down, drifting rhythmically with each of your natural breaths. Before we begin our journey together, it too find deep solace within an ancient wooden workshop nestled in the deep forests of Hokkaido. Please take a brief moment to connect with our channel. If you find that this soundscape brings peace to your soul, kindly leave a subscription, a like, and a gentle comment as a soft greeting to our community of late-night travelers. Your tender interactions are the warm energy that helps us continue weaving sweet dreams every night. Now that everything is perfectly in place, let yourself fully let go. Now, let us begin the grounding process by adjusting your sleeping position until your body feels completely comfortable and free. You may lie on your back with both arms resting loosely by your sides, your fingers relaxing naturally and curling just a bit. Or you might choose to turn onto your side, seeking the perfect support of the soft pillow beneath your head. Feel the entire weight of your body sinking down into the mattress below. Let the bed support you unconditionally. You no longer need to hold any muscle tight. Relax the crown of your head, allowing a wave of soothing comfort to slowly wash down your forehead. Smooth away the tension between your eyebrows, where the cluttered thoughts of the daytime often gather. The muscles around your eyes softly loosen, your eyelids closing gently, shielding eyes that are tired after many long hours of work. The warm and light sensation continues to spread down your cheeks, down your jawline, and gradually releases your neck and shoulders. Your shoulders are now dropping low, opening up, completely casting off the heavy weight of a busy day. You feel as though a stream of warm, crystal clear water is slowly flowing through your arms, through your elbows, wrists, and spilling out from your fingertips, carrying away all the lingering tension to dissolve into the infinite space. Now, turn your gentle attention to the rhythm of your breath. There is no need to try and alter or force your breath into any pattern. Simply observe it just as it is. As you breathe in, feel the cool, pure air slowly passing through your nostrils, filling your chest and gently expanding your abdomen. As you breathe out, feel the warm air softly leaving your body, carrying with it all the worries, all the weary dust of the mind, out into the night. Breathe in very slowly, very smoothly, feeling a sense of deep comfort and filling your entire being. Breathe out very softly, very fully, letting your body completely sink into profound relaxation. Your breath right now is like the rhythm of distant ocean waves echoing from afar, or like the rustle of the wind blowing through the ancient canopies of the deep forest. With each outward breath, you feel yourself becoming a little softer, a little lighter. That soothing sensation continues to travel along your spine, warming your back, your hip, and gradually moves down your thighs, your knees, your calves, all the way to the soles of your feet and your toes. Your entire body is now a unified whole, weightless and drifting gracefully, like a small cloud floating lazily in the quiet night sky. Continue to maintain that gentle rhythm of breathing and feel an absolute sanctuary of safety wrapping around you. In this space, there are no deadlines to meet, no pressures of work or life that can touch you. All the worries of today have drawn to a close, and let the plans for tomorrow rest quietly where they are. Right now, there is only you and the gentle stillness of the night. You are protected, sheltered within a cocoon of peace. Any sounds around you, if there are any, only serve as gentle catalysts to make your relaxation even deeper. You feel your mind gradually becoming empty, as clear as a mirror-like lake, without a single ripple under a summer night. Patience and inner peace are rising from within, preparing you to completely release your busy, conscious mind, ready to drift your consciousness into a distant journey where a gentle story, a warm space filled with the scent of wood and fire is waiting for you. Continue to let go. Continue to sink deep, deep into the supportive embrace of the night. Now, as your body has completely surrendered to deep relaxation, and your mind has let go of all the boundaries of your busy reality, let your gentle imagination guide you away from this room. Let yourself float gracefully through the soft clouds of mist, crossing vast expanses of space, and then slowly land upon a distant land where the late night hours have fallen deeply. This is the northernmost frozen island of Hokkaido, a land renowned for its winter blankets of thick snow and its boundless, silent primeval forests. At this moment, you are standing at the edge of an ancient forest, wrapped year-round in a shroud of low-hanging mist. The surrounding space is incredibly vast and quiet. There is only the northeast wind blowing steadily through the ancient ash trees, new, creating a deep, thick, and continuous wave of sound. It is not a loud or frightening sound. Rather, it is steady and rhythmic, like the swell of distant ocean waves echoing from afar, sounding like an eternal lullaby of nature cradling the earth. Amidst the immense darkness of the mountain forest, the twilight mist slowly descends, swirling softly like ribbons of pale gray silk, wrapping around each tree trunk and every small path, rendering the entire landscape hazy and mysterious, yet profoundly safe and protective. Right there at the edge of the old forest, peeking through the layers of soft mist, a tiny, warm ember of light quietly glows. It is the golden light emanating from the glass windows of an ancient wooden carpentry workshop that has stood peacefully for many decades. This is the traditional family workshop of the Daiki clan. The structure is built entirely from large, weathered logs of wood. Its timber walls, aged by time into a sturdy and rustic deep brown. The sloped, antique roof is lightly blanketed, with a coat of velvet soft moss standing as a silent witness, preserving original craftsmanship amidst the rushing current of time. This workshop rests quietly here, completely secluded from the bustling world outside, a place where timber logs of pine, maple, and especially the cold-grown ash trees, the most precious of all, are rigorously selected to craft baseball bats for national athletes. Let your mind's footsteps gently approach this wooden workshop. Each of your steps feels like gliding over soft grass, and the damp fallen leaves of the forest floor without making the slightest sound. As you draw closer, you can feel a tender, comforting warmth radiating from the cracks of the wooden door. This warmth carries an incredibly distinct and enchanting fragrance. It is the rich, sweet scent of pine resin, blending with the sharp, clean aroma of freshly sawn green wood, and the faint, cozy trace of dry firewood smoke. This scent possesses a magical quality. It feels like an invisible embrace, immediately soothing every sensory cell in your body, bringing forth a nostalgic, peaceful feeling of returning home to your beloved sanctuary. After a long and exhausting journey, you gently push open the ancient wooden door and step inside. The room is spacious, yet incredibly cozy, completely insulated by thick wooden walls that shut out the chilly breeze and the rustling sounds of the Hokkaido forest. The interior space is now illuminated only by a single oil lamp, hanging on a large wooden pillar, and the crackling, vibrant orange flame rising from the firewood stove in the corner. Upon that stove, an old iron kettle of deep black is boiling steadily, rhythmically releasing misty trails of steam, while occasionally the dry wood pops and crackles with a sharp, delightful sound, warming the entire room. All around the workshop, square wooden blocks and raw timbers are neatly stacked according to their kinds, leaning against the time-worn wooden walls. On a long shelf against the wall, hand tools, manual planes, small saws, and wooden mallets are arranged meticulously, gleaming with the marks of careful devotion. Tiny particles of wood dust float lazily within the golden honey-colored beam of the oil lamp, moving slowly, spinning gracefully like light-born fireflies, dancing an unspoken, gentle, and tender dance. In the center of the workshop, beside a tea table shaped from a naturally twisting old tree root, two people sit quietly, blending into the still rhythm of the night. The young carpenter, Ren, is sitting on a low wooden stool. His calloused yet incredibly skillful hands gliding softly over a rough wooden block, preparing for the meticulous work of manual planing. Opposite him is Akari, a young woman with eyes as clear as the misty waters of a mountain lake in summer. She gently turns the pages of a worn notebook, that records the dimensions of baseball bats across generations of the workshop, smiling softly as she embraces the deep peace of this present moment. This space, this setting, with its perfect harmony of fragrance, warmth, crackling fire, and deep patience, is now fully ready to tell you a profound story of healing. The ancient wooden workshop of the Daiki clan at this moment seemed completely detached from the rushing current of time outside. Inside, the warmth from the wood stove radiated, dispelling the chill of the Hokkaido winter night. Ren looked up at the young woman opposite him, his voice deep and gentle, blending into the flat rhythm of the still night. "Akari, do you know what people call this ash wood grown in the cold regions?" Akari raised her head from the worn notebook, softly brushing away a stray lock of hair from her forehead, shaking her head gently and listening intently. "I only know that they look very straight and sturdy. The people of Hokkaido call it Tamo," Rin said, as he slowly picked up a manual hand plane, an antique kana made of oak with a gleaming steel blade. Its seed sprouts beneath a thick layer of snow growing through the harshest winters. To obtain a wood grain that meets the standards for making baseball bats for national athletes, that tree must stand firm in the deep forest for at least half a century. It accumulates each annual rain in total silence, listening to the woodpecker drumming on dry trunks as steadily as nature's pendulum clock, and drinking the ticking droplets of melting snow in early spring. He began to place the blade of the plane onto the rough wooden surface. A long, rhythmic, and steady shh, shh sound echoed through the quiet space. It was a very unique sound with a steady rhythm, much like the deep breathing of someone in meditation, causing the surrounding environment to slow down, making every passing second crystal clear. With each precise stroke, thin wooden shavings, curling naturally like ribbons of cream-colored silk, slowly fell and scattered, forming a soft, fluffy layer on the workshop floor. Akari watched Ren's calloused hands intently. When his fingers touched the wood grain, they were incredibly gentle, caressing and full of deep reverence, as if he were not working with an inanimate piece of wood, but rather conversing and sharing thoughts with a living soul. She stepped closer, squatting beside him on the floor, filled with fragrance, picking up a thin ribbon of wood shaving and breathing in its scent peacefully. "The fragrance is so comforting," she whispered, her voice dissolving into the crackling song of the fire. "It has a slight sharpness, the raw scent of fresh sap, yet it is completely pure, like the smell of damp earth after a summer rain. Ren smiled, his eyes twinkling with joy. He stopped his hand plane and handed the basic squared block of wood to Akari. She took it, shivering slightly at the initial cool touch of the raw timber from the deep forest. But just a few seconds later, beneath the warmth radiating from her palms, the wood gradually warmed up, holding onto the temperature of human touch. "Do you hear anything?" Ren asked softly, his voice like a whisper of the wind. Akari pressed her ear close to the wood block, her eyelashes blinking slightly, looking at him in wonder. "It is silent, Ren." Ren said nothing. He took a small wooden mallet from the shelf and tapped the end of the block gently. Thump, thump. The clear, resonant tapping sound echoed throughout the old workshop, lingering for a long moment before slowly fading into the wooden walls. This resonance proves that the inner grain is completely solid, without a single defect, without any hidden cracks. Rin's eyes shone with the profound pride of an artisan inheriting a long-standing traditional craft. The elders of this region call it ki no kokoro, the soul of the wood. The duty of a carpenter like me is not to force and carve to create a bat according to our subjective will. It is to use patience to releases the bat that has already been resting inside that wood grain for 50 years. The sunset glow, once as rich as honey outside, had completely faded long ago, yielding to the twilight mist that slowly drifted down, enveloping the entire workshop in a hazy cocoon. The room was now illuminated only by the warm oil lamp and the flickering flames of the wood stove. Tiny particles of wood dust floated in the remaining beams of light, moving slowly, drifting like luminous fireflies dancing, a silent, enchanting dance. Akari sat with her back against the large wooden pillar, watching Rin continue his work under the lamp. His manual rhythm was incredibly slow and repetitive, observing the wood grain, planing a gentle stroke, blowing away the dust, listening. This repetition was like a soothing lullaby, calming the cluttered thoughts after a long day, drawing the listener's mind into a state of nostalgia, warmth, and absolute safety. Rin. Akari spoke softly, her voice as smooth as velvet. "Sometimes I think about those peak baseball games. At the distant Hanshin Koshien Stadium, the crowds cheering, the stadium lights blazing, and those powerful swings happening in just a fraction of a second. It is hard to believe that all that exploding energy actually begins from the absolute silence of this Hokkaido forest, and from your quiet planing strokes." Ren paused his hands, took a piece of fine sandpaper, and began to rub the body of the bat A soft, gentle swoosh, swoosh sound arose, the pitch of the sound decreasing as the wooden surface became smoother and silkier under his touch. "That is the beautiful contrast of life, Akari," Ren said as he continued sanding the wood, his voice steady and deliberate with the motion of his hands. "The grand game out there only lasts a few hours, with lightning-fast swings, but to serve one brilliant second of the athlete's glory, this wood had to grow silently for half a century, and the craftsman had to spend dozens of meticulous hours shaping it. The essence of all glory in this world, after all, is a quiet accumulation from darkness and silence." He handed the completely finished bat to Akari. The transformation was truly magical. From a square, rough block of wood at the beginning, it had now revealed soft, winding grains under Ren's skilled hands, flowing like a peaceful little river along the body of the bat. Akari used her soft fingers to stroke the wood, smooth as silk, feeling its perfection without a single flaw. Ren smiled gently. He knew this bat was ready for its mission out there. Yet, neither of them expected that the ultimate trial for this 50-year-old wood would come on a fiery summer night, right on the eve of a definitive, life-changing game. That summer, the inherent stillness of the Daiki workshop was suddenly shattered by the blazing atmosphere of the National High School Baseball Championship Koshien. Through the old radio resting on the wooden shelf, the cheers of tens of thousands of spectators, the resonant brass of the cheering trumpets, and the choked-up voice of the commentator echoed steadily every afternoon. The fiery spirit of the peak games from distant Osaka seemed to build an invisible bridge, transmitting the intense heat all the way to this corner of the Hokkaido forest, which was usually cool and breezy. This year, the pride of the Daiki workshop was held in the hands of the star ace of the Hokkaido representative team, Shohei. The bat, crafted from the Tamo ash wood by Ren's own hands, had accompanied Shohei, delivering thunderous hits that propelled the team straight into the final match. However, right on the night before the decisive game, an unexpected incident occurred. The hustle and pressure of life can sometimes create deep cracks within our souls, making us feel wounded and tempted to give up. However, adversity does not appear up to destroy us. Rather, it challenges human patience and resilience when we learn to slow down our pace of life, facing our wounds with love and understanding. Those fractures will be mended, turning into the toughest amber grain lines, shaping a version of ourselves that is stronger, more mature, and unshakable after the storm. As the brilliant, glorious midday light from that antique radio gradually passed, the late-night hours gently fell upon the Daiki workshop once more. The bustling atmosphere and the thunderous cheers of tens of thousands of fans at the distant Koshien Stadium slowly receded into the shadows, allowing the original silence of the ancient Hokkaido forest to return. The wind outside seemed to have calmed down, no longer blowing forcefully through the old ash trees, but remaining only as a soft, gentle rustle of leaves, moving rhythmically like the tender breath of someone drifting into a good, peaceful, and dreamless sleep. Inside the workshop, the air was now filled with an incredible sense of peace, warmth, and deep understanding. The blazing heat of the baseball season and the urgency of the healing night yesterday had now completely melted away, blending into the faint trails of firewood smoke floating lazily beneath the wooden roof. Between Ren and Akari, there was no need for grand vows, nor any need for dramatic events to prove anything at all. Their affection simply grew naturally, enduringly, and quietly day by day. Much like the annual rings hidden within the Tamo ash tree. With each winter that passed, the wood grain became tighter, more solid, and more deeply bound together from the very core of its soul. They sat close together by the warming wood stove, resting their heads against each other's shoulders in a leisurely manner. Their eyes were half closed, listening to the steady crackle of the burning wood, the rhythmic hum of the boiling water in the antique iron kettle, and breathing in the rich, cozy scent of pine resin drifting heavily through the air, the legendary baseball bat. After joining the young athlete to create a historic swing that shook the nation, had now been returned to the workshop for maintenance. It rested quietly and humbly in a corner, under the dim light of the oil lamp on its body. The deep amber grain line, the proof of a healed fracture, gleamed under the flickering flames, carrying the full memory of 50 years in the deep forest and a magical night. The bat had flawlessly completed its noble mission out in that brightly lit world. And now, just like you, it was resting completely within the gentle, protective embrace of the quiet night. The surrounding space seemed up, to be slowly fading away from your mind. The warm yellow oil lamp, the vibrant orange glow of the wood stove, and the image of the ancient Daiki workshop were all blurring, growing faint like a wash painting, overlaid with a blanket of misty fog. All the thoughts, the logical connections of the daytime, the joys, or the anxieties were no longer important now. They were slowly detaching from your consciousness, gently dissolving into the infinite void of the night. You felt as though you were no longer someone observing a story, but rather merging into the flat, soothing rhythm of the Hokkaido forest. You were drifting upon the current of stillness, where the boundary between reality and dreams slowly dissolved. Every muscle in your body was completely loose, your mind clear and empty, like a vast expanse. You could only feel absolute safety, a warm embrace, and a gentle pull slowly drawing you deep down, preparing up, to step into a peaceful, quiet state of unconsciousness for a long, deep sleep. Now, the space of the ancient wooden workshop has completely receded into memory. giving way to a vast, quiet, and entirely empty expanse of the dark night. Every scene, every sound of the story has dissolved, leaving only you facing the most primal stillness of your own soul. Feel a gentle, cool, yet incredibly warm darkness enveloping you, sheltering you like a soft cocoon. You are sinking down, sinking so deeply, so smoothly into a complete sleep where there is not a single dream to disturb the crystal clear lake of your mind at this moment. Sleep well, my forest. The very faint, faint whisper of wren sounded like a passing breeze from a distant memory, gently brushing against your heavy eyelashes. Good night, wren. Good night, silent wood grains. Akari's reply was like a hazy echo, growing smaller, smaller, and then vanishing completely into the void. No more words, no more thoughts, no more presence of time. Your body is weightless, entirely released from all physical resistance, melting into the unconditional support of the night. Let your breath operate automatically, according to its most natural rhythm, shallow or deep, depending on your body, steady and flat, like a peaceful river drifting lazily through the heart of the earth. With each passing second and every minute, you travel deeper into the core of stillness, where the falls, wounds, or pressures of the world outside are quietly healed, much like the Tamo wood grain, accumulating life sap beneath the thick snow over half a century. Tonight, you are allowed up, up, up to rest, allowed up, 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 up to let go of all your duties and responsibilities. Let your body and your consciousness be completely restored within this absolute silence. Your sleep right now is so deep, so thick, peaceful, and still. When this night passes, a new day with warm sunlight and fresh energy will return to you. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, up, with a refreshed spirit, a body full of vitality, and a soul completely healed, please remember, up, to return up to this familiar space. Take a little time up to interact up with the video. Leave your deep thoughts in the comments and share this peaceful journey with other late-night travelers. Your presence and gentle interactions are always our greatest happiness. But that is a matter for tomorrow, when the dawn breaks. For now, continue up to sink deep, sink truly deep into this peaceful darkness. Sleep well, traveler of the night. Sleep so well, sleep so deep,